Can I pull off a 10-minute makeup look using only a handful of products? Because let's be real, when you're running late, snoozing alarms, and trying to rush out the door, you do not have time for a 45-minute makeup routine. So in this video, we're taking minimal steps, but we're trying to achieve maximum results. So I'm gonna be creating a 10-minute makeup look using only 10 products. The goal is to go from I just rolled out of bed to I'm now looking polished, professional, and cute. This makeup look, you can wear it to work or school. I know school is opening up very soon and everybody's heading back to work. These are just all the essentials that you might need, and everything is from Walmart. So let's go ahead and see if I can pull this off. $100 for a full face of makeup, challenge accepted. Let's see if Walmart can deliver. Hey guys, it's LJ and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi boo. In my last video, I took y'all to Walmart to grab a full face of makeup products, and today we're putting all that to the test. And just so we're clear, this video is not sponsored. I paid for everything myself because if I'm telling you these products work, it's because they actually work. So whether you're headed back to school, back to work, or you want to look like you just got your life together, I've got you, girl. Here we have $100 worth of makeup products. And I'm gonna apply all these products to create the perfect makeup routine that you can use to go to work or school. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So we're gonna start with skin prep, okay? So important. Listen, don't blame me if your makeup is starting to slide off by lunchtime. It ain't my fault. It's because you're probably skipping skin prep. So it's important to apply a primer, a moisturizer, something that's going to help either hydrate your skin, mattify your skin, or grip your makeup so that it can last on your skin all day. And I got the Neutrogena Glow Boost because I have dry skin. I like to use something glowy. And if you have oily skin, you want to use something that's gonna mattify your skin. So this is technically, it is skincare, but listen, hear me out, okay? It's a perfect primer for a dry skin girly like me because really all I need is hydration in order for my makeup to last long. The serum is packed with hyaluronic acid, which is basically like giving your face like a giant glass of water. So Neutrogena claims that it hydrates and plumps your skin for smooth makeup application. Listen, we're gonna put that to the test. Spoiler alert, I've used this a couple of times and yes, babes, it is amazing. I mean, just look at how my skin is drinking this up. It's like finally some relief. Y'all, I'm in LA. The weather here is very dry, so I'm sorry if I'm using a lot of this product. My skin is dehydrated. It feels like the Sahara Desert. All right, so now that the skin is nice and hydrated, we're gonna move on to foundation. And for foundation today, we're going in with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Foundation. This is a really good one, which low-key has me thinking, is e.l.f. trying to bankrupt some of these high-end makeup brands? Because hold on, wait, is this my shade? This is my winter shade. I'm gonna go in with this because the next shade at the drugstore was like 58. Like it skipped like 3 or 4 shades. This is in the shade 53 Deep Neutral, and I'm using the e.l.f. brush to blend this out. As you guys can see, it's like a medium coverage foundation. It doesn't give full coverage. I have tried to build it up a bunch of times. So if you only have like 10, 15, 20 minutes to get ready in the morning to put on your makeup, I would go in with this foundation because it's just like a quick thing that you can slap on your skin. It gives you like that clean girl aesthetic. For a drugstore foundation, y'all, it is tea, okay? As you can see, it's giving no streaks, okay? It blended like butter and my skin doesn't have any dry patches. Plus, it's super comfortable that you even forget that you have on any foundation. Now, let's talk concealers because if there's one thing I am not showing up to class or work with is dark circles. So I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Serum Concealer. This concealer works so much like a high-end concealer. Like I sometimes can't even tell the difference. It's very lightweight, it's super moisturizing, easy to blend. All the product claims that you would need in a good concealer, this is it. And on top of that, it's drugstore and it's affordable. Like you really can't go wrong, right? All right, now that we're concealed and cute, we gotta set it before it runs away, okay? This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. But if you've been on my channel for a while, you guys know how much I really love this powder. It is such a good, affordable powder. Like, you guys probably have seen me use this thousands and thousands and thousands of times because That is how good of a setting powder this powder is. My shade is Banana because my under eyes are not as light. So I need something that blends in with my skin complexion, which is the shade Banana. But I did manage to get the shade Translucent. Setting powder can make or break your makeup routine, and you want to make sure that you're applying it the right way. And so with this, I like to take a fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques brush. It's also a very affordable girly, which we love. But the biggest mistake that I used to make, I'm guilty of making this mistake, is not swirling it, okay? You have to distribute the product properly to make sure that it's not all over the place on the brush. And then you just want to gently press that under your eyes to set it. This powder is one of my favorites because it's very lightweight. Like, I'm telling you, it's so natural. Like, you're not gonna feel like you have anything on your skin. And it's also really smooth. Look at that. The brush is just gliding under my eyes. Lightly dusting this on my eyelids just to set them and to mattify them so that everything is in unison. And you can't forget your chin area because we also applied a little bit of concealer there, and we do need to set it as well as the forehead area. Now with whatever's left of the brush, I just kind of like dust that on my eyebrows to mattify them as well, because you do not want a greasy eyebrow. They need to look nice and matte. Now as you can see, my concealer is set, okay? It looks mattified. My under eyes look nice and smooth and ready for blush. Okay, so this next part is my favorite part because it just adds color to your skin. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Buttermelt blushes. The shade that I'm using is Butter Than Before. These blushes come in so many different shades. This is what they look like on the inside. I hate that it doesn't come with a mirror, but it's affordable, so that's all that matters. This specific shade is perfect if you have a darker skin tone or if blush doesn't tend to show up on your skin, because these are really, really pigmented. So I like to take a little bit. I like to just kind of like dust that off, the excess at the back of my hand, so that I can build the blush up, because once you apply powder blush, like that's it, you can't take it back. In order to have like a controlled blush moment, look at that, look at how much pigment that is, like, and they smell so sweet. It smells like candy. So it's so important for you to just like get rid of the excess and just blend it out. I've over applied this blush, so I'm just going in with a little bit of setting powder to soften it up a little bit. And if you're going to work or school, you want to make sure that your blush lasts all day so you don't have to reapply it. And the only way to do that is to apply a lot and then set it in with makeup, because blush tends to fade the fastest on your skin. Okay, so eyebrows make or break your makeup routine. So I grabbed the NYX brow pen. This is a fine tip eyebrow pen, as you can see, and it really helps to mimic natural looking eyebrow hairs. It's one of my favorites. Let me show you how fast this is, especially if you are going to work. I like to take it and just draw out natural looking hairs on my eyebrows. Once I have that, I take a spoolie, I blend it in. That is how quick you can do your eyebrows. It looks very natural because it looks like your natural hairs are just more pigmented. All right, it is mascara time. I've got here the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This wand is actually very, very skinny, and it makes it hard to put the wand back inside. I don't know why they did the wand like that. Listen, L'Oreal, if you're watching this, can we get a bigger wand? Like, maybe even just the applicator itself just needs to be a little bigger. So this mascara claims to give that false lash effect. My lashes are also very short, guys. Like, you can barely see them. Okay, I get why the wand is small. I guess it's small so that it can like really get on those nitty-gritty areas, which I feel like it is with shorter eyelashes. And y'all, this is actually very nice and lengthy. This is one coat. This is what it's giving. This is before and this is after. Now, if you're going to work or school, you want a mascara that coats pretty nicely. You don't want something that's going to take you forever to coat your lashes. So I feel like this is really good because it coats pretty well. Like, it's not giving me enough to coat on there. And you do want to be careful so it doesn't clump up. I mean, I think one coat looks pretty good for my short lashes. I mean, one coat looks really good. And I feel like one coat is really all I'll need. All right, y'all, final stretch of this $100 makeup challenge, the lips. I'm going in with the NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso, and this is where it's all gonna come together. Okay, I like to just use that foundation brush and help neutralize the lips, and then we go in with the pencil. Now I had a spare one in my makeup collection, so I'm gonna use that one, but it's the same exact lip liner that I bought from Walmart. This shade Espresso is so good for deeper and darker skin tones. I've used this like almost all of my makeup journey. Like, it's been there for a while, for years, and it's a really nice warm brown shade. All right, so we're all lined up with the NYX Espresso, so we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil in the shade It's Giving Guava. It definitely is giving guava. I love that it's not sticky. It's like just a lip oil. It feels moisturizing, and it's shiny, kind of like a lip gloss. You guys, this lip combo with the NYX lip liner, chef's kiss. Last step is to seal this entire makeup look with the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. If you don't use a setting spray, I feel like your makeup is gonna melt by lunchtime, so you want to be able to lock everything in. This is a really good setting spray because it locks your makeup in place and it prevents oil buildup, so it makes you a little bit less oily during the day. You guys, this $100 Walmart makeup challenge was a win! The face is smooth and snatched. Doing a makeup challenge like this is super fun, but if you're just starting out with makeup, it's so important for you to learn how to do a full face the right way, because once you really know the steps in applying makeup, whether it's primer, foundation, concealer, contour, it just makes everything so much easier and it stops feeling overwhelming. And that's exactly why you need to watch my next video over here, because in this video I walk you through step by step how to apply anything, all steps of makeup. Anything you would think of is in this video. And I also use affordable makeup products only, so you can create a full face of makeup and feel confident doing it. So go ahead and click right here to watch it next.